Hey guys, how you doing? Before we get started with this week's Homebrew Wednesday, I just wanted to apologize for how late it is. Had a ton of other work to do this week, so it's a little late, but nonetheless, here we go. And I'll be back a little later with a couple of shoutouts. Well, here's that other guy. Hello guys, and welcome to this week's Happy Homebrew Wednesday. This week, trying 3 different samples of 3 different things. We're going to try that wine I talked about last week, the blueberry wine. It is now carbonated. We're going to try this homebrew that was sent in. Talk more about that in a minute. And we're going to try whatever the hell's in here, because I was asked to open it on camera, so that I will do. So welcome, sit back and relax, grab yourself a homebrew. Okay, so first we're going to do this one here, because we talked about this last week, but do stay tuned, because I can't wait to get into this mystery box down here and see what the heck it is. So I poured this just before I started the camera from the keg, and it did froth. It poured like champagne. So I know it's carbonated. So that's good. That's a good sign. Let's take a look, just get the frost off of there, because it's probably pretty cold. Oh, yeah, you could... I don't know how you can see that, but that's crystal clear. Is there any bubbles coming out? There's no bubbles rising out of it. It's not like a soda where the bubbles are always rising. It's not like that. So, you know, I hope it's carbonated enough. Can't really tell much of an aroma. I have not tasted this since it was carbonated, so I hope it's good, because I got a whole keg of it over there. So cheers. Let's try it. Wow. Okay, yep. It's carbonated. It's carbonated, all right. Yeah. It's good. It is good. It is much better this way. Now it tastes like... See, I'm not a big fan of low alcohol wines, because to me, they just taste like frozen concentrated, grape juice or something like that. Which is fine for some people. That's what some people probably want. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying it's a bad wine kit. I'm just saying it's not the type of wine kit that I would normally do. But because I was able to carbonate it, now I'm able to enjoy it. I'll give it a bit of a profile. I want to move on to these other beers down here, whatever this is in this box. So, hope it's not a bomb. No, it's not. I know it's not a bomb. All right. It's not really, really sweet, but it's got a nice... There's a slight bitterness to it, and then a sweetness that just overtones that. If that's a word. And it just tastes kind of like a strawberry, raspberry, blueberry kind of drink that's carbonated. You can't taste the alcohol, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because you could really get, you could get pretty loaded off this if you weren't careful. It's good. It's only, like I said, 6%. But it just tastes like a soda pop, like I said, a cream soda or something, It's good. I wouldn't brew it again unless I was going to carbonate it. So that's that. Okay? So I'm going to set that aside over there. I'll finish that later. And we'll get to the next thing. I'm going to save the best till last. This is this week's Homebrew Wednesday, guys. I'm not out somewhere. I'm not walking anywhere. I'm just sitting here, just doing this. It is homebrew related, so thank you for watching. Let me grab my trusty bottle opener, which was a gift. handmade, apparently. Hand carved or something. And it works awesome. I'm not sitting here struggling with, you've probably seen me do that on other videos where I couldn't get the damn lid off. Okay. I don't know if Jay wanted me. These things are from a fellow called Jay. His name is JMCMLXX. He brought these the other day. He dropped them off, actually. He lives around in my neck of the woods. And he said he was going to just sit them on the porch and just leave them there. But I happened to be out bringing groceries in from the truck. And he walked up and said, "Hey, Craig!" So it was nice to see him again and shake his hand. And he gave me these. This one I opened the box already. This is a 17... I'm going to get my glasses. I'm not going to be caught. I remembered this time to have these handy. I'm not going to be caught without my glasses. This is a 17 Brew Crew Nut Brown Ale. I'm going to try, hoping the camera will focus. Put my hand there so it doesn't. Hopefully that'll if you're on high def, you should be able to see that. That label was made by Corin Zenith. I didn't want to use his first name because I'm not sure if he wants me to. So Corin Zenith on the 17 Brew Crew forum. So that's the label. Now before I open it, because I really want to give this attention that it deserves, because this is another one of those beers that was brewed. These aren't even the right glasses. Well, whatever, they'll work. That were brewed by collaboration. So let me read this, what it says. Craig, here's the 17 Brew Crew Nut Brown Ale, the third in the series of brews collectively voted upon by members of the 17 Brew Crew. In the case of this brew, we used a blend of Maris Otter, Victory, Crystal 60, and chocolate malt, along with flaked oats, Cascade, and East Kent Goldings for the hops. Nottingham was voted in, but I opted to go for US-05 as the yeast, as I had plenty on hand. At 5% ABV and 28 ABU, this is a very smooth and tasty brew, a truly great addition to the list of Brew Crew beers we have come up with. Cheers, JMCMLXX. See, this is what these guys do. Okay? See if I can find the right glasses. Oh, they'll be funny. So that's what these guys do. They collaborate, and I don't know if this goes on other forums. Maybe it does. I don't know. I spend most of my time on the 17 Brew Crew forum because I'm used to it. These guys get together and they start, saying, well, let's make a brown ale. Okay, what are we going to use? Okay, and they have these polls where they vote on which ingredients to put in. So it ends up being like a collaborative kind of an effort when the most popular ingredients actually make it into the beer. So without further ado, let's strap into this thing. Oh, there's something sticky on that table there. Probably spilled something. Anyway, nice clean glass. Whoops. Uh-oh. Watch out. That tells me I may have to do an easy pour. I chose a very large glass just in case, because I wasn't sure what to expect, and you never know how much foam you're going to get. You know what? I haven't had a beer in a few days, so I can't wait to try this. There, it's bottle conditioned, so we'll leave that bit down the bottom there. There you go. Okay, now, it was clear when I got it, but when I refrigerated it, it hazed up just a little bit. And that's pretty normal for a home brew, unless you sit it in the fridge for a month and then it clears up again. So, Jay didn't ask me to do a review on this beer or anything like that necessarily, but I thought, hey, what the heck? I want to give the 17 Brew Crew a plug and just let you know that this is what does go on there. And if you want to get involved in engineering a beer, I've done it once, and these guys are coming up with some great recipes. I mean, you got some of the. How am I going to say this? You've got some of the best home brewers that I'm aware of, apart from John Palmer and all those guys, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some great home brewers here putting their heads together and coming up with recipes. That's as good as any professional commercial brewery. Probably better. Because we're not trying to save money. We're trying to brew good beer. I'm trying to save money, but we're not trying to sell piss water here. We're trying to make good beer, just like a microbrewery. Well, let's rip into this sucker and see what we've got. Beautiful hop profile right off the top. I can smell the brown, the chocolate malt. I can't wait. Cheers, Jay. Thank you, sir. And 17brewcrew.com. I have to laugh because, I taste these beers and I'm thinking, how many times have I been to, a beer store or a liquor store and I've picked out certain beers, okay, it's the weekend, I'm going to try some beers, and I've brought them home and they were like, yeah, whatever. It's okay, I guess. This one's all right. This one's, okay. This, and it happens every time. These people put these recipes together and they make these beers, right? This is it's what's exceptional? No, that's not even the right word. Let me take another sip. I could have done this in a separate video, but I thought I just wanted to do it all at once. I don't have a lot of time this week, so I have to get this done in one shot because I have other videos I have to work on. So I didn't do a Craig's beer review or whatever that is. It's nicely carbonated. It's the kind of carbonation I like. Sort of medium carbonation. Not undercarbed and not overly so that you can't even taste it. Just beautifully carbonated. Now that's Jay. He's a great brewer. Hang on. Excuse me. Hey man, it's part of brewing. It's part of drinking beer. There's definitely separate things going on. I mean, you can taste at different times during the consumption. You can taste the hops. You can taste the malt. There's a malt in there. It's like it's in the middle kind of way, sort of thing. There's that bitterness that's in there from I forget the hopsy. I just read you the thing, and it's all very balanced. So I mean, I don't know what else to say. Thank you, Jay, and thank you, 17brewcrew.com. They don't pay me to do this. I don't expect anyone to do that. He brings these beers to me, and I appreciate that. And if this is what's going on in those, I mean, I wasn't part of this, but I mean, if these people who were involved with this, if this is what they come up with, yeah, of course I'm going to mention them and make sure they get a heads up and a plug. So if you're not a member of that forum, just sign up and check it out. I want to make sure that forum keeps rolling. If you need to send me a message, that's where you do it. That's the best place to get a hold of me. People try Facebook, they try YouTube. It's 17 Brew Crew forum. I always check those messages because I'm committed to do that, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I've got a section in there that if you want to do it, or you can do just a personal message and email. If you post it in the Craig section, then everyone can read it, but only I can respond. Because I think that people, they're specifically asking me for an answer. Not that I'm the brains of the outfit, certainly not. But, that's what they've provided, so that's what we've got. Or you can post publicly, and there's lots of different sections. I've talked about this many times, and so we'll just leave it at that. Hey, Jay, bud, and whoever else was involved with this. Oh, by the way, did I tell you the label? Yeah, I told you who made the label. So I'm sure that Coron Zenes was involved in this beer too, and others. So if you're watching this video and you were involved with the beer, the making of it, please blow your horn down below, you know, and tell us who you are. There you go. So I'm going to finish this. I am going to stop the camera and like go up and do dishes or something like that and finish this beer. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to open this box. I'm going to put it back in the fridge while I'm doing the dishes so it doesn't get warm. I just want to take this opportunity to give a couple of shout outs here. I want to thank EdgeTech for sending his very kind donation. I don't know his first name, but thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Actually, I'm in the middle of finishing off my Rush vinyl collection, and that will definitely help with that. So thank you. Rush.com. Click on music and vinyl and CDs. You can see all the vinyl they've got available. Got to get it while it's still there, man. I love it. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. And this fellow's name is Earl, and he's wearing a strapping new Craig Tube t-shirt. Looks very, very handsome on him. So thanks, Earl. Thanks for your support, and cheers. Back to him. Okay, I am back. Sorry about the noise there. It's my hot water heater. I did dishes, so it comes on when you run the hot water. Anyway, all right. I've been asked to have a glass large enough for a 650 milliliter pour. There's really not a lot of information here, so let's just see what we've got. I don't know what it seems like. There's 2 boxes. I don't know. I don't usually make a habit of opening things or like unboxing things because I fumble. I'm looking for ways in and trying to figure out what to do. And to me, see, I nearly cut my leg there. See, to me it looks like there's 2 separate things. So we're gonna open them both. Let's see what we got. Okay, I'm going to get this over the side here. Beer. And a beer. A pretty clear beer at that. What have they done to me? What has he done to me? People who are professional unboxing. I am not. Well, okay, this time we have a note. And another beer. This one's in a green bottle. Okay. Well, they're both in green bottles. I didn't notice that last time. Okay, sorry. And I am wearing my glasses. All right. So there's nothing else in there. Okay. So we have 2 green bottles. They're not labeled. They're both, well, one's different than the other. So I don't know what the hell. Okay. One's darker than the other. Let's read the note. This is from JMCM LXS, yeah. JMCM LXX. And let's read the note here. Craig, are you up for something a little different? How about Brew Fusion? Oh, I know what he's getting at here now. Okay, that's why there's 2 bottles. Or as it is also known as a black and tan, which is taking 2 opposing styles and pouring them in the same glass to make one very unique brew. In this case, you will be fusing a 17 nut brown. Okay, I see what he's done here. And a Belgian experimental. 2 brews you have already had on their own and creating something very cool. Enjoy. Which one should I pour first? Probably the darker one. So this is the 17 nut brown ale that we just tried in the last little segment there. Okay, and I drank that. Now I see where he's going with this now. He wanted me to drink the 17 nut brown ale first before I did this. Okay, so this whole Homebrew Wednesday is based on these beers, and that's cool with me because I didn't have much content anyway. So let's get this one poured first. Next week there will be more stuff to talk about, I promise, because I got stuff going on. So we'll give this a pour first. He's gonna have to come collect all his bottles one day. All right, it's a little bit more than half, so I'm a bit worried. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drink some of that now, and then I'm gonna try to get it so that we've got an equal amount of the other beer here. This is just my decision to do that. So let's give that a whirl. It's the same beer I just had. Okay, it tastes the same. Put this down somewhere. And we'll grab the Belgian. Yes, he's right. I've had both these before. He's made both of these and brought them to me. Now he wants me to mix them together. So that's what we're doing here. Black and Tan, it's called. Now I don't know whether things are gonna mix together or whether there's gonna be layers. I have no idea. So I'm giving it a gentle pour. That way things don't get too mixed up. Okay, so I don't see any layers or anything like that. But a Belgian experimental and a nut brown ale experimental mix or fusion beer. This is what this is. Let's just dive in. Cheers. Cheers, Jay. It's good. You know, what are you gonna do? It's two beers mixed together. What are you gonna say? You know, the nut brown ale tends to dominate a little bit, and so I'm glad I actually drank some before I added the other one. But you can definitely taste the Belgian yeast. I don't know what he used in that. I can't remember. It's good. And because it's an experiment, we're not too worried about, you know, I mean, that looks good to me. Couple of bubbles flying up there. Hey, it's a great idea. It's a great idea, mixing two beers together. It's very interesting. It's good. It's very good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with either of these beers. I've tried them both before. Two good beers mixed together. There you go. And you know, the thing is too, is if you like, that's a good beer. I don't want to tip that over. That is a good beer. Two good beers mixed together. It might not always work, but you know, because it depends on the you know, what you've got going on with each of the beers. There might be a conflict or something. I haven't done this a lot. Mixing two beers together, but the thing is that if you know, you can do this. It is not forbidden to mix things with beer or mix beers with beer. But suppose you bought some really crappy beer and you don't really know if you can drink it all. Go out and buy some good beer. Mix them together. Or if you made some beer that's not so good that you're not particularly fond of, just keep it around. You don't have to pour it out. Excuse me, burping here. You don't have to pour it out. Just mix it with something else. It's kind of cool that, you know, he brought this and I did this and everything just happened in this one video, because I think that's the message. Yeah, I don't think that the brewing stops when you pitch the yeast. I don't think it does. I think it stops when you decide it's going to stop. You can brew beers with beers that have already been brewed. Brewing is not necessarily just steeping grains or, you know, doing that. Brewing can mean, and by definition, if you look online, it can mean mixing, concocting, you know, things together. or a storm is brewing. There's nothing fermenting up there. There's no steeping going on up there. A storm is brewing, you know? So that's what brewing is to me. It's experimenting, it's making things work, it's coming up with new things. Or fixing things that didn't quite work the way you thought they would. Or coming up with really cool things from other cool things. That's what it's all about for me. Listen, guys, thanks so much for watching again this week. I appreciate that you enjoy it. And thank you very much. tgtshirts.com if you want to buy a shirt. And otherwise, I'm double-fisted. Cheers. And what else can I say? Rush. Love the band. Probably one of my favorite rock groups of all time. There it is. Signals. A great album. Check it out. I'm just saying. I'm about to listen to it myself from vinyl. So on my turntable right there, got my headphones ready, and I'm going to drink this stuff and just enjoy the music. Cheers, guys, and 17. Maybe I should, pour that into that. I'm just joking.